Okay, so here we go, everyone. We have our coffee, and we are ready for another turn of war in the East too. Our Flieger recon missions are set up in the areas where we need them. Smolensk, Pishkov, around here, around Babrusk, and down in the south, in front of our tanks. Our enemy, last turn, did he use his efforts? He didn't take any fights with us. Obviously, the Soviets not really up to doing that just yet, but he cut us off here with a security unit, which is highly frustrating, and he most likely did the same up here. So our tank spearhead at Vitebsk is running slightly out of supplies, and the one in the south actually having way bigger supply issues. So supply is of major importance to get up to these units again. At least the Dugan Pills Daugavpil's pocket did hold. He took it back, but we will be able to overtake that again. And we will be able to crush these units. Our plans for the army groups are as follows. Army Group North, Pishkov, Itritsa, over here. Pishkov in the north. Resupplying Vitebsk. Finishing off Kolan pocket and finishing the Daugavpil's pocket. That's Army Group North mission. Army Group Center, taking Orsha, finishing the Minsk pocket, resupplying Vitebsk, and moving up units against Babrusk, maybe taking Babrusk. And then in the south, we want to finish off the Stanislav pocket, the remainder of the Lviv pocket, and then we want to take Rovno, and we want to push towards Uman. Uman being over here, so we want to take it that way, and Rovno up here, important rail yard junction where we could get a rail yard line going up from the from Preslitovsk. Like, this is a really important rail yard because the southern rail yard running through Lviv will be overburdened with the supplies for Army Group South. So we need another rail line going in here. So freeing up this rail line will be important. Taking Rovno will be really, really important. So that's the missions for this turn. For our southern push, as always, we want to take Maikop and Krasnodar this year. And we want to hold the line up here at the Nava River and Pishkov. Maybe pushing a bit on, but then falling back in the winter. Tallinn obviously has to fall. And here we want to push behind Smolensk, up to Vyazma maybe. Tula and Ruzhev, we will see if we take either. I kind of doubt it. Like, maybe a defensive line up here, but for sure, obviously, Smolensk has to fall. Orel, Kursk, Kharkov have to fall as well. And then Rostov, obviously, is important for opening up down in the south. So let's see what the news are. Eastwards evacuation. As the Germans and their allies advance, retreating Soviet officials ship 6 million cattle from Ukraine east to Russia. 550 large factories, thousands of small factories, and 300 tractors. 300,000 tractors. The USSR evacuates 3.5 million skilled workers from Ukraine to the Russian Republic. So, yeah, really impressive evacuation business going on there. On the other side, yeah, this is all really impressive. Reinforcements-wise, we get this turn some new infantry divisions up here at Preslitovsk. And then we get some new units here around Berlin that we'll have to ship forward as well. And that we will have to remind us that will be added to the list. Bring reserves up from Berlin. Yes, those are obviously important units. We will later get some units here at other places as well. Like, really late on, some Italian units and so on will come in here. There will be a couple of other units here. We will always have to keep an eye on that list so that we don't forget any divisions back in the rear. And we will go on here now with our air order. I would say the game is... Actually, the basics are not that hard to learn. In the end, it's still bigger number crushes smaller number. The supply mechanics are intricate, but also relatively well represented. But it's a lot of things to do each turn, and it's a lot of busy stuff. And then the details and getting really that extra oomph in, that's a lot of things. Like the manual has I think 300 pages. If you compare that to Strategic Command, or it has like 350 pages, which has like 80 pages of manual, it's for sure quite a complex game. With that said, we execute our air order. I already did all the air things I wanted to do before the turn, and we go in here. Because obviously, yeah, like Strategic Command only represents really like up to the core level. It doesn't, and like obviously with really simplified numbers. Well, here every single rifle that is produced is, and every single tank is like presented. So yeah, and the commander levels and so on. It's the basic is you have to keep your some command line up and so on. Like the basics are the same, just a bit more detailed. But the extra level on top is a lot more complex. Yeah, we fly a lot of sorties. Soviets don't fly any sorties against us, but we don't have the range anymore. Or we could have potentially the range, but we don't have the airplanes on good enough bases and so on. As obviously we outrun our supply line and our air force, that we can't bomb their bases anymore. So recon is the most important thing that we run this turn. And yeah, we find a lot of units down here. They really want to fight in the swamps. Down here we find a lot of units in front of us. Yeah, a couple of... Yeah, he evacuates over here. He still has some units down here at Odessa. Okay. And now we are in for the ground turn. So let's start with the Ventpilz pocket. Here we are still in range of our... Okay, yeah, that should be gone. Nice. Okay, we take Ventpilz. I can move out of this. This core. Can move on. This unit can move all the way up here. This is the 18th Army, I think. Remember correctly? Yeah, 18th Army. 18th Army has the job of clearing out up to Nava and then its southern part maybe being at Pishkov, whilst 16th Army takes Vilekaluki and then covers this area. And maybe a bit of this area here as well. Like those are the plans. So getting these units up here is kind of key. Ventpilz last port here, so the rest of if he has remaining units in here, they are going to run out of supplies soon. Kind of have to clear these hexes with security forces so that these railroads can be repaired. We move our other units out here as well and move on. Let's go up here. Okay. So we have that moved up there. You are part of this core. Okay. So you're the first unit behind. These are the units that will move up towards Panu. These are the units that need to move on towards Pishkov in support of our first tank. No, fourth tank. Moving these units on. Holding the northern flanks towards Tartu. One of the infantry divisions will move on towards, like this one here, will be moving on towards Tartu next turn. But the others will assist towards Pishkov. Where's your headquarter? Your headquarter is over here. How do we turn these off? Which one is yours? This one is yours. Okay, headquarter. We'll move up here as well. Then, yeah, there's a lot of units here. Supposedly there's nothing in Pishkov? Our recon didn't see anything in Pishkov. I kind of doubt that. Like, that would be really weird. Our Panzer Division will move on here. Okay, no units in front of Pishkov. Yeah, no, but there are units in Pishkov. Okay. And they ain't super entrenched yet, but they are somewhat entrenched by now. This infantry division needs to move up. We will come back for the direct attack soon. Okay, we destroy that unit quite heavily. And we can move unit around here. Daugavpils is freed. Those units. Okay, we have relatively good supply up here. One of the reasons why the Germans were able to strike so far up north so quickly. And we want to keep that going. These are fine. Okay, Volga is the next one we need to repair. And we actually can repair it, so that's great. So that means we can build a depot up here at Volga. Meaning that our supply situation next turn up there will be a lot better. Okay. If you look at this, these are the supplies where units got their supply from this turn. As you can see, these units still got their supply from over here this turn. Riga is getting supply now in from Königsberg, but it's not supplying that many units just yet, as it's still damaged. So yeah, our supply lines, as you can see, are far stretched. Vilnius being online is super important as a supply hub. And yeah, we have to consider what to do with these units here now. So these move up north. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Elcor. Moving towards Pishkov. And then 16th Army is supposedly cleaning out this pocket this turn, hopefully. Can that clear that up? Okay. Can move all the way up there. That's good. Okay. We need to clear that railway yard. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Is there still a unit there? No. Okay. Our reports there were wrong. These railways are still yellow. As you can see, like, there's some damaged that got damaged in the retreat, but as they are still in the Baltic states, the yellow ones, as we connect them, they are functional. If you look over here, all of these are red because we don't have the same railway gauge as the Soviet Union, so we have to redo all their railways and repair them all and or widen the track so that our trains can actually roll over that and resupply our units further east. So the north is really the easiest to supply because we only have to repair a couple of hexes where combat happened or sabotage happened. Whilst over here we really have to repair everything behind Daugavpils here, up to Polotsk and so on, and even everything up to Minsk will need repair here. At least we got up to Vilnius last turn, but yeah, the way to Minsk will take a lot longer to repair with this railway unit here. You can see we get up a good bit. I mean, I guess we get just in front of Minsk this turn. But yeah, it's every hex needs to be repaired, whilst here it was like 4 hexes or so that need to be repaired to get up to Vilnius. So yeah, meaning we can build a depot here though, which will be really helpful as well. Vilnius, super important hex that we got that early on and were able to repair it up to there as well so quickly. Yeah, he is on this road here as well. There should be units here. Yes. So that's a problem. These need to be eliminated. And let's freaking go. We're playing multiplayer right now, El Bowser. This is multiplayer. We are playing against a friend of the channel, Nick the Dorian. Fellow Wano player. And he is messing us up big time. You are part of 16th Army? No, you are part of 2nd Corps now. Directly under control of that. Okay, that's an easy destruction of a tank. We have no supply left, most likely. Okay. That's another easy destruction of a tank formation of his. Okay, you need to clear this road. That road up to Polotsk is of high importance to us. Another 228 tanks. Okay, yeah, we are cleaning up his armored forces in the north. It was super important that we did this encirclement. If they would have escaped over Daugan Pills to the north, that would have been traumatic forces that he would have had for the defenses of against Army Group North up later on. As it stands now, we crushed them, and that allows us to move these units up to Polotsk, which means we can have this tank unit here free again. Okay. We will have to move 1 unit up to here out of these units, but now that we had them for a turn, as you can see, units move so much better on hexes that were controlled by us for more than a turn, or for a turn, compared to moving over hexes that are just freshly captured. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is multiplayer. First turn, first part is out on YouTube as well. All of this will go to YouTube for all of you watching on Twitch, if you want to follow the campaign. And maybe speed up the replay and stuff, and skip through it. You can find it all on YouTube eventually. Turn 1, part 1 is on YouTube by now. Of me starting Operation Barbarossa. So, yeah, this is this part for Army Group North. And then we have this tank column here, which wants to go to Idritsa. First check Reshkne. And then this one strikes east from there. Okay, that's a security force. We are not quite in range of our headquarters anymore. So let's move that up. Easy strike. And even though we had air support on all turn, and we have some units sent on ground support up in the north, you can see we don't get any air support in any of these missions because we just outrun our air support big time. Okay, Idritsa is taken. That is key. Because that allows us to push onto Pishkov from the south. I feel like there's a unit over here. Stanislovo? No? Okay. So yeah, the southern attack towards Idritsa, towards Pishkov is coming, and I'm not sure we can pressure on into Pishkov this turn. Yeah, 69 defensive value. They are entrenched in there. They're fort level 2. They're building up higher. They are supposedly, our intel, like, intel can be wrong. This 69 number could be way lower. Most likely not higher. But we had recon planes flying over here, but they didn't even scout anything in Pishkov. So the only intel we got right now is what Panzer Division 6 so scouts have potentially seen. We don't know what exact units are there. As you can see, the three, and on the bottom end of this, it shows 3 units, but all with a question mark. We have no idea what those 3 units are. Here we have more intel because these units actually were seen by our air intel. And we can see these units are weaker than we are. They are also on fort level 2, and I really kind of want to push them out, most likely. We also still have more tank forces to come. We potentially could mess this all up for a major strike onto Pishkov. But tank units against a town hex, a city hex, obviously not great. Tanks don't fight cities well. They fight clear and light woods a lot better. All of this is river crossing. So I feel like clearing up this hex and then having open land in front of us could be better. As you can see here. Like, yeah, getting a river crossing over here and then pushing up here could be doing nice. Hey, just a football fan. How you doing? Yeah, that's the big question. Where do we attack here? Do we just strike into Pishkov, potentially losing a lot of tanks? I don't think we do that. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. I also don't think we can even mount a deliberate attack. No. We potentially have the striking power here, but we should do that next turn. Maybe hopefully also get a bit more supply up here. That we will strike here now onto this hex and onto this hex and get a river crossing. We are playing War in the East 2, which is 1941 to 1945 Eastern Front, with the most detailed level of game it gets. Like there's not a single more detailed simulation of World War II on the Eastern Front out there. Made by the Grandmaster himself, Gary Crigsby. Okay, yeah, we strike this unit out there. We have to take Pishkov next turn. Yes. Yes, we have a YouTube where you also can find these things. We have 2 YouTubes actually. It's on the second channel. You can find our YouTubes there. Okay. We gotta smash through here and get a bit of an opening. And do we attack from over here? How many? You lose a lot of movement points when you move over there. But no, we can't do a combined attack anymore. Don't get air support up here either. So yeah, this is a really bloody crossing, and we don't get it. They hold the line. We destroy 200 tanks of theirs, but we don't get the crossing. So that's the first big setback. And we lose 34 tanks that are irreplaceable. Like if you look over here, we have a lot of Panzer 35T still remaining, but we really start to lose some tanks that we can't afford to lose in the long run. Okay, so this is Army Group North. We did our turn here. Security forces still can move up over here, I guess, and clean all of this up. That's the job of the security forces, cleaning up all the rails. Like, for example, this hex here needs to be cleaned up. All the things where we weren't super clean and moving through. That's what the security forces do. But that's security force for Army Group North done. And yeah, this pocket here got basically smashed. 16th Army is in a good spot. This is in a good spot. It's time for Army Group Center. It is time for Army Group Center. Thanks. Welcome. So, what kind of football team are you following? Just a football fan. Or is it more a general term? Okay, so. Let's go. Oh no, that was... Can we undo this? We can't undo this turn. Okay. We move with this up north. Well, he's not in a position to strike us here anymore, though. Like, we have the road open up. Okay, this is important to know. This here is still of heavy annoyance to us. This is of really heavy annoyance to us. We can merge these units, right? Wait, and you all... I forgot the hotkey. Build up. Yeah, we build up this unit again. This division is 1 again. And we'll move north. Thanks. And then we have a unit in Polotsk already. Yeah, our swing with this army is towards Vitebsk and Orsha towards Smolensk. So we can reopen the road with them hopefully up here. This is a relatively light force, so hopefully we can do that attack. Our headquarter obviously needs to follow suit. Moving up here and getting some things done. Okay. Let's attack here. Oh! We just overran some planes there. Like, if we go for losses on this turn for aircraft, I think we should have just taken some on the ground. No. Okay, we didn't. I guess not. 101,000 Soviets defeated this turn already. So, yeah, nearly as many as last turn, and we only did Army Group North this time. So, yeah, the cleanup of... And we haven't cleaned up the pockets over here yet. And the Daugavpils pocket was of real big importance there for that. Yeah, now this is free to move. This is our Panzer division that still has a lot of striking power in it. The 12th Panzer. So let's see where it can go. I feel like this one has to... Oh, there's actually no one here in Gordok. Okay. Let's move in there. Okay, that's a formation that we can beat with this. Of no importance whatsoever. Like Soviet losses, it's insane. The numbers you see. And it's like, oh yeah, but that they just have way more than that. Okay. This tank formation. Gonna wait for what we see down here. Okay, now it's time to smash this pocket over here. Security division moves in first. Did all his units just... Okay, we have a unit over here. That's the rest of his pocket here? Really? Nothing left here? Security. Okay, there's nothing here. Check up there. Really nothing there. Okay. Interesting. Wild. Okay, let's repair rail yards before we forget about it. And then all of this can actually move north, I guess. No, undo this. Move on to the road. Let's move the headquarters up. Following that. 9th Army moves on to Molodeshno. That's our furthest supply center, and having one of these on a supply knot is of major importance. It improves the supply efficiency on these. These bars going up the maximum, like the plaque being the maximum that can run through there. And now with the rails getting up to here, that's great. Vilnius will still be our major supply center here because it's a much better town. Look at Vilnius. Damage to rail yard should be prioritized. These 2 units move up there and rebuild. Our divisions rebuild. Move up north. So we get our units in front of Smolensk ASAP. Okay, we rebuild as well. Oh, wait. Oh, it is course heavily overstretched, isn't it? You become part of another core. Move up north. Go. All of you rebuild there. The brigades into a division again so that we can march better. Like we can set them up into brigade level later on again. Split them up so that we can cover more ground, but for now, for the marching, it's better to have them in one division so that they take less space in a hex, as you can stack up to 3 units per hex. Let's move north. Let's go. Hey, arty visitor. Must agree. Watching handball World Cup at the moment, it's fun as always. So tense, so tense. How are you doing, Artie? Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, this is all fine. It's not great that he once more took some of this road. Like that's gonna be painful. And he really wants to fight us here in the swamps. But this formation is going to check towards Bobrusk. Going on here. It's only a brigade, so it can't really take much of a fight here. Wait, does it just not see anything in Bobrusk? Or is there's nothing in Bobrusk? He gives up Bobrusk as with no fight whatsoever. Okay. We will motorize this unit temporarily. No. Making it way more mobile. Then we will move it up towards Bobrusk. Can you really not move one step further? Okay, you move down there then. Taking a couple more of these hexes. Yeah. So you, the other units of this unit, move up here in front of Slutsk. A really security unit there? Actually, there is. Okay. You will be able to attack that, hopefully. Your core. This one back here. That can move up here to Pokovici. And then we hopefully can strike here. Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, he gives up Bobrusk without a fight. Interesting. So I guess he really wants to be behind that Dnepr over here. But we already outflanked him at Mogilev. So this down here is not of major importance. I really expected him to get in here. Awesome game yesterday? What did I play yesterday? Okay, then we can move on here, repairing our rail. Up to Baranovice. We can't go further, but we hopefully can repair up all the way to Minsk next turn up here from the southern road as well. If we can get rail into Minsk from two directions, that would be great. Oh yeah. Germany versus Serbia. Yeah, good game. Really good game. Yeah, handball World Cup was great yesterday. Okay, security forces. That security division will be moving here so that they can't do secret counter-strike from the south. Okay, this is these. We still want to move a lot of them through Minsk. So even though we are slowed down here, we will still move on. Division. We have to go to Minsk. We have to go to Minsk, everyone. That's of high importance. Oh, not to Minsk, to Smolensk. Smolensk, I mean, is the most important thing right now. And hopefully get all our units well supplied. By the way, looking at that, yeah, we have 6 units isolated, 3 units at low supply. Like, we look at supply alert. These units being isolated obviously doesn't help. And then up north we had some units isolated as well. Now the supply here is fine again. A couple of other units were on low supply. Example, this over here, I think. Yeah. So it's not that is going to be our biggest issue throughout the war, getting supply on the right spots, and especially early on with not outrunning and not getting our supply lines cut off. You are actually part of our mechanized army, which is kind of ironic that you're still back all the way here. You take an AA battery there, okay. Like, maybe we have to motorize them for a turn as well, but we can't do that too often, as we don't have that many trucks with the Germans. So I rather don't want to do that. Move your headquarters up all the way to Berezino. Obviously, Steel Division 2 players here. All these names. Berezino, Mogilev, Orsha, Vitebsk, Minsk, Bobruisk. All well-known name. All well-known names. And this one is the one that keeps the swamps from getting annoying. Yeah, this is the division to do that. And this is the core to do that. Like, the swamps will be annoying, but we don't want to have a big counter-strike out of them, coming out of them. That cuts us off at Minsk. But we also can't afford major supply lines into there. Wait, where's your core? Oh, that's your core. The rest moves up north. Like, as long as he's in the swamps, that's fine. In the long run, we will surround the swamps, hopefully. So, him investing heavily into having units here will not help him if we get Gomel from the north and Kiev from the south. Like, if we can... We don't want to fight in the Pripyat marshes ourselves. Like, that's just an annoyance on our flanks. We can push him into it, and then hopefully in the long run, if he doesn't move out of there, he either has to retreat or he gets in there. Like, we have a couple of divisions that will be busy in here, but in general we want to leave that to our side and just ignore. Let's our units here start to move up to the front line and follow up. Units north. Yeah, if you see any mistakes or have any tips, always welcome. Maybe it might not be helpful for this game, but this run, but for sure will help out in the long run for me getting better in this game and being able to maybe do it better next term if we played this game again. Yeah, Orsha should hopefully fall this turn, if he even is there still. Like, that's a big question. Guess we gotta check that out with this formation here. No, he left Orsha. Okay, he really retreats super far. East. Okay, he doesn't even give us a fight here at Orsha. I kinda expected a fight here. Not gonna lie. Kinda expected a fight here. Okay, move around Orsha. Headquarters moves into Orsha. Headquarters in towns are pretty helpful. Okay, here we get air support actually. Let's turn it off though, because we don't really need it with these fights. Move towards Smolensk. Around Smolensk. Huh. Where are his units? Okay, there's a unit. That unit is relatively strong, supposedly. The big question is, do we try and attack? Guess we can move a second unit up here as well, then we attack with both. Yeah, that's the plan. And these units here will then try to strike south towards Gomel from the rear. But obviously Smolensk has to fall. So massive attack here gets him. Yeah, here air support is good to have. So that's why we turned it on. And then we see a lot more units around of Smolensk. Okay, that's actually all supposedly really strong. Well, those are supposedly weaker than this. That makes little sense. Like, these have armored units inside, and they're behind a river. Huh. Can we move you up here and attack with both? It's in a swamp. His unit is in a swamp. Okay. And after moving, our units are depleted. Let's get air support again. He has really a lot of units there. We don't break through. Guess he will have units here. Yeah, they're north of Smolensk. Behind the river. This hex is important. That's light woods that we can crash through, hopefully. Supposedly beatable. Yes, it is. We don't have anything to protect our rear if we move in there. But he will have to retake it. And then his units won't be entrenched there. So yeah, keeping the north open above Smolensk, important. And then hopefully we... What's the defensive power here in Smolensk itself? 113. Yeah, that's the issue of Smolensk. We kind of want to isolate the town. Our tanks obviously don't fight well in the town, so we want to fight around it. But the surrounding area in the north and here, the swamps and the deep forest, or light forest as well, I guess. This one is heavy forest. Not great. I guess this is the light forest. Okay, light forest is okay, but it's a river crossing over the Kasplia River, so not great. Yeah, our other tank formation can possibly strike south. This is one. This is the other. This one still goes north. And one tank force will start to clear up the rear over here. And then we need to get another unit in here to keep our supply lines clear. We don't have any. We've motorized another unit. Possibly breaking this up into brigades. With one in Mogilev. Yeah, break this one up in brigades. Once this one is moving up north. We have one more potential attack onto this position. The motorized corps moves up north with it. Second Panzergruppe, third Panzergruppe moves on to Vitebsk. Motorized corps should have been in here anyways. There was a second Panzergruppe moves on to Mogilev. We have a corps up here. Fourth Army will move on to Minsk. So will Army Group Center, I guess. Oh no. No, Army Group Center stays at Litovsk for now. Together with OKH. And moves on to Minsk next turn. For better supply. This armored division. Moves on over here. Oh. Guess he didn't expect an attack there. Okay, we don't get much further than this. Oh, no, we don't get the other side of the river. You stay there on the road. Yeah, you defend over here. You move up to the headquarter. Defend that. Well, we have one more attack over here. Ah, they're supposedly well entrenched. And we gotta take some risks. Heavy airplane losses. The rest is fine. But we had to get some victory here. Push them a bit away. Take some more ground. Stop them from entrenching there. So that we can push on next turn. Okay. Yeah, all of these units moving up slowly. This was problematic with him being on the road. Okay. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Army Group Center. Stays where it is right now. And we are into the south. This core. Supposedly, yeah, this core goes under Second Army. Second Army under Maximilian van Wijks is the one that cleans up the Pripyat swamps. Directly under OKH control. Don't think you can. All the others are already on maximum, right? No, Army Group North wouldn't be. Like, yeah, we could send 4th Army up to Army Group North. But the rest is all on maximum. Army Group Center, Army Group South. Can't really take any more units right now. Like, Army Group South can take a division or so, but not an army. This makes you all part of 4th Army. No refits for you. Also these units for the Pripyats. Max tier E for all of you. Oh, down to 70. You don't need to be fully supplied. You are an afterthought. Other units need to get reinforcements earlier than you do. Okay. Let's move on here. Oh no, actually this one is supposed to go. This one goes under which course is 53rd Corps? Okay. Yeah. And then the other two divisions actually go south here. Here through the swamps. Yeah, let's move you up there. Interesting stuff. casualties rates so far this turn. Yeah, once more, relatively low turn for us. We already inflicted more casualties than last turn, even though Army Group South hasn't struck yet. So that's good. So Army Group Center inflicted only really light casualties this turn. Which obviously ain't great. You're part of Army Group South. We don't want to use railways on our units, so we're just gonna march this one south. Yummy. Thanks for the follow. Welcome.